and then it's going to load one by one. And now, I believe no, not yet. Almost connected on Facebook. Sending data. Let's just wait for them to connect. Facebook is live, Jeff, and YouTube is live, and now we're just waiting on Twitch. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Globalpreneurs. Today we have the privilege to be with the amazing Jeff Brandeis. Jeff is a master of sales, and he's going to give you a lot of value today. So you want to follow along and take notes because what he's really good at is to make sales processes. And now I see that my video is very slow, but good morning, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Guillaume. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
My pleasure. So if somebody is in the chat, just say hi and let us know if the live stream is very slow because
No matter what industry you're in, is how do you actually now convert yourself from being that face-to-face person to now being that virtual person? Because at the end of the day, you're in business. You're still in business. You can't stop selling. You still need to bring the revenue into the company, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're working for a company. They still have expectations of you to continue to sell. So, I mean, now is a time where you're going to almost, for some of you, reinvent yourself into that virtual salesperson. And there's lots of tools out there, which we love to talk about as we move ahead, that you should be using or could be using to help yourself make those sales.
Oh, awesome! That's great advice, Jeff. And I get it. There's a lot of people that think like either their business is over because they haven't adapted to the new ways that they have to do business. And for us, I know for you, for myself, like it's never been busier because now that we realign our business, well, now that we can be in service of our clients and recognize their needs and just be there to listen to them and see what the problems they are facing, and we offer them the solution.
Right. And the things or the sales tips that we can talk about over the next time frame while we're together are going to be things that you can be able to utilize once we get out of what we're doing with the stay at home. Because if you look at this as an opportunity to look at your business, look at how you sell, and learn some new things, because I always talk about that sales is a craft. It's no different than, a baseball player, football player, hockey player, a musician. You gotta be able to constantly improve yourself, get new skills to make yourself sharper and better. And if you look at this time that you're not commuting, you're not sitting on a train, you're not sitting in a car, and you can actually now take some sales classes online and use your time valuably to improve yourself, and at the same time look at how you can move your business from that face-to-face perspective to now remote. And when we're done with the shelter in home, you now have two avenues of how you can be more productive moving forward. Your reach is wider now because you can learn some new techniques, and you still be able to still network yourself and go through the conferences. So it's a unique time frame, and we're definitely seeing an uptick in on our website for the virtual training that we offer, through the interactive courseware that we have.
Yeah. So today, to be prepared for what's coming next and to prepare for what's happening right now, well, now's the perfect time to be listening to you, Jeff, and it's a perfect time to be learning from your experience and what you've done over the years and improve your sales processes. And I know you shared some content with me, uh, which is your like your cheat sheet that people can get, and you want to offer that to the people listening. But that's something that you wish you had 20 years ago when you started making sales in your business, and because you didn't have it, well, now you've created it.
Yes. So every person, you're an entrepreneur. You're working on your own. You're a one-man person, one-woman person, or you work for a big company. You need to have that. What that sheet is all about is an outreach or a cadence. it's a marketing cadence. Most salespeople or most individuals tend to send an email or a phone call to a prospect, and more common than not, you do 2 attempts and you give up. Oh, that person's not interested, or that person is, they're ignoring me. If you read many articles out there, it will tell you from a marketing perspective, it could take you 7, 8, 9, 10 different touches or more in order to gain that access into that prospect. I mean, nowadays, people will buy from people who they like and trust, right? I mean, if we trust each other, you're more likely to buy something from them. So what you need to do as a salesperson is build that credibility, build that trust. And that's what that cadence outsheet that you have in front of you, Guillaume, will help people do. It's touching people, reaching out to them in different fashions, in different format. It's not just an email, because right now everyone's getting emails. You're getting your COVID-19 email about what every company that you're subscribed to is doing in to help you. You're getting emails from people that are trying to sell products. So email right now, my email box is constantly full. I mean, I'm getting more emails than I ever gotten in my life from everyone. So what makes you open an email different than from somebody? It's them, or you really value that person because you met them somewhere, or that subject line really is engaging.
Yeah.
And one of the things I talk about with people is that subject line, 3 words or less. That's it. Get to the point, keep it short and brief, and make it compelling. But that cadence sheet, you got to be able to reach out to people through email, through texting, through LinkedIn, through a Facebook ad, maybe even through a postcard or a first-class mail. A lot of people are not doing the basic first-class mail, which is actually these days you can send a postcard cheaper than you can possibly spend on a Facebook ad. That's mind-boggling. When you think about some of the costs per click through on Facebook ads, they're pretty expensive. So, but you got to have a cadence. You got to keep that cadence and keep track of what's working for you and your company.
Well, that's awesome. And I know you're thinking about you're giving a lot of tips on the cheat sheet so that people can just follow through, see if mark everything that they've done. And those are the first approaches that you have with your clients. And what you're saying, Jeff, is don't give up. Don't give up, because it's only and if you're persistent that you're gonna make money with sales. I know you told me this last time. I believe there's less than 5% of sales are made on the first approach. So, and second approach is even a low number. And most salespeople, well, they stop after people have told them no the first time or the second time, or say I'm not interested, or now's not the right time, whatever, and then they give up. But then all the sales is made when you're persistent and you continue approaching this client.
Yeah, sales to me, and it's a marathon. It's not a 2-block race, and or a 2-call race. I mean, if you're in a company and you're in sales, and at the end of the day, we're all in sales.
Yeah.
Whether you have a title of sales or not. I'm selling now, quite candidly, and we're selling each other on adding value to our people who are listening and watching on this broadcast right now, right?
Yeah.
So, no matter what you're doing, you're selling to a spouse, you're selling to your child. I mean, we're all in sales, and at the end of the day, I don't care what job you have in a company. You might just be the person answering the phone, and no disrespect to that. That's your job, that's your role. But how you answer the phone is a reflection upon your company, and it's part of that sales process. Hello, this is Jeff. Thank you for calling, Brandeis. Or hello, this is Jeff. I appreciate you calling. I mean, it's all your tone, your energy level. It's making that person feel comfortable on the other side. So there's lots of different, techniques and things that we could talk about. But everyone represents a company, and we're always selling.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great advice for entrepreneurs, Jeff, and people who own a business. Like that, it's about like the. And I know you do a lot of sales training, but it's about training your staff, training your entire organization, so that they can understand that everything that they do is part of the sales process, and not because they're not on the front line signing the paperwork and making the sale. Well, that's they're still part of the bigger picture, the big transaction.
Yes, very true. You're a client service rep. I mean, one of my recommendations from service representatives that support products answer the phone is, I'm happy to help you.
Yeah.
How can I help you? I'm happy to help you. I mean, you make that connection of, hello, this is Jeff. How can I help you? I'm happy to help you. How can I assist you? How can I make this experience, more valuable for you?
Yeah.
So, one of my favorite expressions is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, we both can say the same thing or mean the same thing, but say it totally differently. And the person on the other side of it will react totally different.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so true, Jeff. Like there's people like you could say the same line and like you would give them like here's what to say, blah blah blah. But then for some people it's very effective, and some others then it's not. And because like are they feeling it? Are they really like you got to put some emotions in your voice uh and be wanting to be of service to the person that you're helping.
Yeah, you do. Now we are remote, all of us at this point. And again, if you're used to being in front of an audience, standing up in front of a group of people, doing a presentation, trying to gain the interest level there, I'm standing right now. And because the energy level that you display to your people, to your prospects, to your customers is different when you're standing versus sitting. And I bought a desk that raises up, so when I'm doing interviews or discussions like this, I'm not sitting, I'm standing. And the energy level when you stand is totally different than when you sit. So when I have conversations with clients or prospects, I try to stand. I try to down as well and be able to expose and bring that energy level up. And to me, that's very important. This virtual environment we have, right? Have a little higher energy, which again, at the end of the day, it's differentiating yourself from the competition is what's going to make the difference of a sale or not making that sale.
Oh my God, that's such a great tip, Jeff. I'm going to implement that. I would do it right now if I move my computer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, even if you just took a box and you
yeah,
put it under your laptop so that you can stand. I mean, I'm not it, but yes, I am into some of the psychologies. But people will tell you when you sit, you get tired. When you look down, you get your mood changes. So when your energy level naturally is going to lift. And when you're going through a sales process, when you're either trying to talk to somebody, you're having a conversation about trying to recognize needs, or you're doing a presentation like we're doing now, having that higher energy level is definitely important.
wow, that's good, Jeff. Like I'm taking notes on that because I'm going to implement it. I love it, and it's true. Every time I do a phone call and like a business phone call, I just go like in my backyard and I put my earphones and my microphone on, and then I just like I walk around while I'm talking, and it just standing. That's so true what you're saying. That's such a great tip for people. If you're working from home right now, well, you better not be sitting.
And yes, I will sit, and we all will sit down to do emails, and we'll
Yeah.
sit and to